Hi everybody, it's Florence here. Good morning. Tuning in to say what's up, see how y'all have been. How's this week feeling? Our Mercuries are to a standstill. Boop, 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 boop. We're getting ready to hop on a wave and start riding it out. In the meantime, how's the slough off? I'm deliberately tuning in to make this message because there's so much that I can say about all of these Pluto aspects that have been going down, directly affecting us since this fall. Yes, we had Mercury Venus, our heart, go through retrograde motion. We're already aware of all this, yes. But have you put it together that Mercury is our brain, Venus is our heart, Mars is our gusto, South Node is where we've been, so it's kind of like an old foundation when we're moving into a new one. Okay, so when you take all of that and put it together with the Pluto aspects, let's review this super fast. So, last October and November, we had Venus retrograde. That was a remodel to our heart. A balancing act between values and relationships, okay? Went through the scorpion pit, kind of rebirthed that energy, letting go of a lot of shit that we've been holding on to since 2010 especially. Now, moving in towards the November time frame, we had the sun, which is identity, ego, shine, glow about people, how they identify. I think I already said that. Anyways, and Mercury, our brains, square Pluto. So that gave challenges to what we need to move past to push into this new acceptance, new logic. Just we felt the tensions brewing back then, right? So then we climb ahead, we come out of the Venus retrograde, we come out of a Mercury retrograde through the Scorpion pit too. So that was kind of like we touched base on what was going to be pulled back and rebirth then. Then we moved directly into January in Capricorn. We have the Sun and Mercury walk straight over the top of Pluto. What is Pluto? He's Scorpion energy. So like you can basically just picture a giant scorpion stinger coming down and slapping you with his tail. And you know, that's why Pluto is so intense, because he literally is going to break apart and help you to fall to the bottom, and then you'll have to rebuild, or you can shoot up and alchemize. You know, he's the biggest demise or the strongest power point. So as you know, that our brains got the stinger and our sun got the stinger in January. Then the 1st of February we had Pluto square Mars. So then he challenged our action, our assertion, our aggression. What's the give and take? Like, are we going to use this willpower to create something, or are we going to fall to just anger, you know? We have been challenged with Pluto energies for the last 6 months to rebirth us to our highest spot. Now we've went through all of the Neptune waters, which is beautiful because Neptune can be the higher self. He can be so spiritual, it can be so beautiful, or of course it can be addictions, lost at sea style energy, living in illusions, just escapism, right? So when you get pulled through a Mercury, which is very Gemini Virgo energy, when you get pulled in a retrograde in Pisces, which is Virgo's exact opposite, it takes you into the deeper, like, past life chambers, the inner programming and psychologies. We're in the farthest, like the very back wall of our brains right now. We're stopped and we're going to be walking forward at the exact time that Pluto finalizes our foundation below our feet. Just picture the South Node as below our feet and where we were, and now we're jumping to the new. He's given away to all what was. So if you're scrambling to hold on to what you already were warned about in the fall, came back to terms with in January, and I mean February, I remember the day that Mars squared Pluto. It was, the irony behind that's beautiful. It was the exact same day that in Vedic astrology, I moved from my Rahu moon to my Rahu Mars, like straight up. That morning I look at it and I go to write my daily and I'm like, oh snap. And I felt the boom to... My kids are probably like, no. Without going into detail, I remember the day. Anyhow, so we've been directly challenged. We've been directly shown. The time is now. So whatever's dissolving and falling out of your life, it might be quickly, it might be a little bit slow over the next 2 weeks or so. And then we're going to come back to it when Pluto retrogrades back to this spot anyways, but that's another. So, just, you know, if you're seasick, if you're weak because of what's fallen away and you feel you cannot stand anymore, don't. Fall to your knees. Give it to God. Give it to your guides and angels. Ask for help. Give it to your higher self. Command out your ego. Get out of your own way. Give it to your higher self and allow the honor and flow. It may not always be the vision that you thought you had for yourself, yet when you honor your true emotions and your true soul calling, you're so much more fulfilled than you ever could have been through following what you thought was right for you. Surrender. Create. That was just a lot to see, you know, the way that our brains were just pulled back, like, and now we're standing there and we literally have the power to unplug, restructurize, fill in, grow, and it's all of our space to march forward with, all of it, and fill it all up with, and then empower. We have Pluto under our feet, shoot us to the next level. Saturn's going to come back around and give us steady structure and foundation. You watch. It's going to be supported. But get real with your truth so you're building what you will be happy with for the next 20, 30 years. All right? Stay strong. Love you all. You're cool. I'm going to be down here at Utah Treasures until next Wednesday, every day. And then I leave for the weekend. I leave to LA, so get this. I've never been out there before. I've never been to that part of California. I've been from San Francisco all the way up north into Washington, Oregon, and all that place. But I've never been south of San Francisco in my entire life. So it's super cool. I'm going out there to attend a class. And I get looking at, so a few weeks ago, let's just keep going back. So a few weeks ago, I'm told, look up Florence. So I look it up, and it shows blooming. And I'm like, hey, that's beautiful. Like, thank you. What a great honor. Okay, cool. And then now I book my flight and everything for LA, and I am zooming in and I'm looking at the surrounding area, and I see Huntington Beach. I'm like, what the, you know, Huntington, 20 miles away from the rock shop. Crazy town of Huntington here. And then it pulls up Florence, and I'm like, what the hell? So I don't know if it's a street or like a little surrounding town there, but it pulled up the name Florence too. And I was like, ah, like, I love it. I love the way that the universe aligns everything. So I'm super excited to be going out to LA for my first time. It'll be a fun experience. I'll tell you about it when I get back. So anyhow, true empowerment at this time if you utilize it. It is a time to align with your higher self and what you've been quietly wishing for. It is the now. Loves to all. Email me. Florence_VRA@yahoo.com. Have a great day. Talk to you soon. Be safe.